Y'all, the level of pride, meaning how proud I am of myself, is an absolutely amazing feeling right now. I did for a minute, for a little bit. I got right back up into the emotions of it, to the ugh. And because I had not very many people to like, I let it out. Because I said from the beginning that I was going to tell my story, and that there was a reason for my story to get told. And in the midst of doing that, instead of doing what I normally do, and I try to, teach others, instead of sitting with the pain and the emotion, processing it, then moving forward, I kind of got stuck a little bit. And that's okay. Like, we're allowed to do that. Like, you can have those moments where you slip up, you make a mistake. It's when you can own up to those mistakes, admit that, hey, didn't really do that the best way, and then continue on forward. Because I did. I let the pain and the reality of the situation and the situation in its entirety kind of weigh me down for a minute. And I even got to the point where I was like, well, I don't necessarily, I didn't feel like I needed the help, the assistance that some of the other people in my current situation needed. And because I have a spicy brain, time is not always my friend. So I didn't realize that I had been at the shelter for as long as I had been. Because I finally felt safe. I finally felt at peace and relaxed enough to actually sit with myself and go in and deal with the things that I wasn't necessarily okay with dealing with and that I didn't want to deal with. And once I was actually able to do that, I was able to make a connection with one of the most important people, especially in Tristan's life, aside from myself, and an important person in mine. And they got it, and they understood. And it took some time, and it was tiring, it was stressful and exhausting. However, it finally worked, it finally clicked. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I finally was able to go, you know what, I do need the help. Because every time I would go and I would try to do something on my own, or I would turn on my apps, or I would try to find work or reconnect, I struck out every time. It was like a strike out here, a strike out there. Oh, gotta wait on this one. And waiting is important. There's always a timeline. You can't sit and wait on it forever. Yes, everything and everyone has their own timeline and has their own processing speed. Yes, there are certain things that have to have a timeline and a deadline. Once I realized that, oh, my timeline, my deadline was coming up, I was like, no, okay, no more, oh, well, you have to do it on your own. Because that's what I was taught. You gotta do it on your own. I've always been, you work for what you want, you make your own money, you earn what you want. Like, if you want something, you work for it. Well, you don't always have to necessarily financially work for it. As long as you are putting in the time, the energy, and effort to get where you want to go and get the things that you need, that is equal to finance. That is equal to money. That is the energetical money. Like, for me, that is, like, when you give me your time, your energy, your effort, that's like handing me a $100 bill. Like, that's all I'm asking for. So this morning, not only did I get the kiddo to school early, like before the doors even opened, I was able to go and reach out to a whole bunch of housing assistance program places. And I'm on the priority list of 2 of them. So now all I gotta do is find a way to get the processing fee for the childcare application, then I can get to work. There's a hiring event this week that has a job paying what I would like. The most I've ever made in my life, hourly at least. And as long as everything can fall into place, we're gonna be fine. You know, something will come up and something will come through, because I can feel it. I can feel it this time. The first place, or well, not the first, but the last place that I had found literally canceled the appointment the day of the appointment, telling me that, oh, well, it's already been rented. I was like, why didn't you tell me that the day before when I made the appointment, that it was already being looked at? However, that's not important. The important part is everything pushed me and got me to where I am now, which is amazing, because now we have our feet in the door for housing, and that has been the biggest relief. And it'll be a bigger relief once I actually get the confirmation that, hey, there is something ready for you. Because yeah, the shelter has been a place of safety to where I can kind of just let my guard down and learn to live as just me without having all those walls around. I'm ready for a bed. A real bed. A good bed. And I'm ready for freedom. No more curfews. No more restrictions. Living life how, me and my daughter would like to live. Not, hey, you have these restrictions that you have to abide by. And I understand why they're there. I'm just ready to get back to life as it is and how it should be. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing it. And I'm hoping that by at least letting you guys know this part of my journey, it helps someone else learn and know, hey, guess what? 1, you're not alone. And 2, you don't have to do anything alone. You may have to put in the actual work yourself. No one else can do the work for you. You have to do the work yourself. You don't have to do it alone. There can be people there along the journey to help get you where you need to be and help push you in the right direction. Because you deserve it. We all deserve it. Love you.